Nadszedł czas zmiany, przejścia do prawdziwego działania wszechświata. I nadszedł czas, aby zrozumieć, że używamy stanu materii, by osiągnąć poziom zrozumienia duszy człowieka. Teraz rozumiesz, być może, dlaczego Kreator wysłał swoich posłańców w imię tego, co miałeś. To oni przynoszą uszy, aby można było ich użyć, gdy nadejdzie czas Mesjasza. Mogę nauczyć duszę i przesłanie, nie by się przeciwstawiać, ale poprzez ich zrozumienie, przez tych, którzy stali się Mesjaszami, aby dawać ze swoich dusz, aby ich elewować. Zadanie stało się łatwe. Szkoła jest tutaj i uczniowie są tutaj w oddaniu. Wtedy nie będzie żadnej walki między tym, co nazywają muzułmanami, a chrześcijanami. Baranek i lew będą jeść i spać w tym samym gnieździe. Chrześcijanie i muzułmanie będą spać i modlić się w meczecie, w tym samym kościele, w imię ich dusz, nie w imię religii, które są używane do tworzenia tak wielu konfliktów, dla korzyści tych, którzy byli hiperaktywnymi dziećmi. Nadszedł czas, czas zmian jest tutaj. I jak powiedziałem, moje życzenie jest moim rozkazem. Jeśli pragniesz ujrzeć pokój, droga pokoju jest wyłożona bardzo wyraźnie. To dusza świadomości zbiorowej. Poprzez dawanie stworzy tą pozycję zmiany. Nic innego. W duszy człowieka nie ma długopisu. Jestem pewien, że po wejściu do społeczności uniwersalnej nigdy nie zobaczysz niczego zapisanego, ale równowagę pól duszy egzystencji. Staraj się być na tyle pokornym, aby nie stać się aroganckim w mocy, którą zrozumiałeś i posiadłeś. Inaczej wpadniesz w tą samą ścieżkę kościoła i meczetu. To jest to, co obiecaliśmy i to właśnie dostarczyliśmy. Musimy zrozumieć działanie duszy i musimy zrozumieć, że dusza człowieka jest gwiazdą w kosmosie wszechświata. Jeśli porównamy duszę człowieka i tak wielu nas, 7 miliardów w jednym zbiorze, Ziemia jest jak galaktyka z tak wieloma gwiazdami. Kiedy patrzymy w głąb wszechświata, widzimy galaktyki z setkami milionów gwiazd. Podobnie jest z planetą Ziemią. Niesie 7 miliardów pięknych gwiazd, które są duszą człowieka. Niesie z sobą duszę tak wielu trylionów zwierząt, roślin i wszystkiego innego. Jeśli więc patrzą ci, którzy nie widzą fizyczności Ziemi i jej zawartości, co widzą? Widzą galaktykę z wielką ilością pięknych, świecących świateł. Każda według swojej siły. Każda zgodnie ze swoją pozycją. Niemowlę ma piękną duszę, podobnie jak staruszek. Dla tych niefizycznych, którzy nie widzą fizycznego wymiaru tej planety, ale widzą siłę pola, jesteśmy gromadami gwiazd. Ludzka rasa, każda pojedyncza dusza, nikt z daleka nie widzi. To jest dusza rybaka, to jest dusza kosmologa, to jest dusza prezydenta. Wszystkie świecą bez względu na fizyczność. To jest magia. Oto co nowa nauka musi przynieść człowiekowi. Kiedy patrzymy przez naszą duszę, widzimy tylko gwiazdy w innych duszach. I to jest przełom. To jest zrozumienie. Na tym właśnie polegają te wszystkie nauki. Dojście do dojrzałości następnego poziomu, aby zrozumieć daleki kosmos. Wszechświat jest ostrygą dla tych dusz, które służą. Wtedy człowiek jest gotowy do wejścia w kosmos. Wtedy człowiek jest gotowy, aby stać się częścią uniwersalnej społeczności, która została obiecana. Nigdy nie obiecywałem wam nieba. Zawsze obiecywałem wam elewację człowieka, aby przyłączył się do rodziny. A teraz macie klucz. To wy musicie otworzyć drzwi, aby zrozumieć, że mogę elewować duszę tych ludzi lub milionów innych dusz, że fizyczne życie na tej planecie zmieni się. Wtedy jestem godny bycia częścią społeczności uniwersalnej, by być, aby służyć, aby się rozwijać, by być tam, aby być częścią, że w cyklu życia wszechświata staje się w byciu częścią, staje się częścią totalności. Kiedy człowiek osiągnie ten punkt, pojawi się nowy wymiar w sile duszy człowieka, który jest poza wyobrażeniem zrozumienia życia fizycznego. To jest brama do otwarcia nowego życia w nowym wymiarze, co jest poza wyobrażeniem tego, co mogliście nazwać nowym początkiem, nowym cyklem, gdzie ten cykl niesie ze sobą źródło stworzenia życia we wszechświecie i unikosie. To jest elewacja duszy, aby służyć. Stała się kluczem. Nie tron życia fizycznego. Czas jest odpowiedni, nadszedł czas, aby człowiek przeszedł przez ten proces.
Okej, witam wszystkich na 301 warsztatach poszukiwaczy wiedzy w języku polskim. Dzisiejszym tematem jest od początku tłumaczenie 296 warsztatu poszukiwaczy wiedzy, który miał miejsce tydzień temu. Jest to warsztat świeżo po konferencji, która odbyła się w Austrii, także tutaj będzie dużo informacji na temat tego, co zostało tam zaprezentowane, jaki jest generalnie plan, jeśli chodzi o wdrażanie technologii globalnie poprzez te wszystkie struktury i poprzez te wydarzenia, konferencje, zapraszanie ambasadorów z różnych krajów, zapraszając do tego, żeby fundacja inwestowała. Tam bodajże są kwoty rzędu 100 milionów euro na każdą z tych fabryk, te parki industrialne, które mają być budowane w każdym z krajów i po to są te konferencje, żeby właśnie poszukiwaczy wiedzy razem z ambasadorami, przedstawicielami krajów razem złączyć i doprowadzić do tego dialogu, gdzie te inwestycje, te technologie będą akceptowalne i powoli rozwijane w każdym kraju. Także myślę, że tutaj dla każdego jest to ważne, żeby sobie sam posłuchał. Ja na koniec nie będę tego streszczał, bo tu nie mamy takiego typowego teachingu, że możemy sobie coś porysować, wyjaśnić, dodać do wiedzy, tylko jest taki warsztat czysto informacyjny, edukujący odnośnie tego, co się rozwija, co się wydarza, więc zapraszam każdego do do uważnego słuchania. Oczywiście później, jak będziemy mieli jakieś pytania, to wiadomo, temat warsztat jest dość długi, temat rozległy, więc jeśli coś nie będzie jasne, będziecie mieli jakieś pytania, to na końcu będziemy sobie starali na nie odpowiedzieć. A żeby już dłużej nie przyciągać, tylko sobie przygotuję to wideo i zaraz odpalamy ten warsztat od samego początku.
Okay. To be able to free that bird without accident.
For Thursday, public teachings, the Keshe Foundation. And I believe he's ready to go with delivering today's 296 workshop. Mr. Keshe, are you there?
Yes, good morning, good day to you. As usual, wherever and whenever you listen to these knowledge seekers programs. It's very interesting. Every time Rick says, welcome to, and then, as you know, some people are trying to make us a religious group. I thought it says, we listen to the sermon, but it didn't happen. It's just to the knowledge seekers learning knowledge and what we can gather. We leave the sermons to those who teach the ethos of going over. Thank you very much for all your support, and what we have achieved and what we're achieving is literally glorious. We are moving exactly the way we envisaged, as now we are going into the phase of merging, bringing national governments and diplomats and politicians and the knowledge seekers together, that the time of transition starts. That's for knowledge seekers to understand politicians and diplomats are humans, and in a way they are there for us to interact with them, and in a way, the way we have set up all these conferences and meetings is to handle the governments right at the top. With the diplomats, or you want to get in touch, you go directly to the governments. With the politicians and ministries, they send you from one to another. Something has to be decided. We'll see what it is. As we have experience with these interactions with diplomats and governments for some 30, 40 years, now the knowledge seekers realize that they have been given the best opportunity through these conferences, which is getting set up and getting evolved, and diplomats attend and politicians attend. And in so many ways, the politicians and diplomats feel to be part of. It's not something they've been brought to talk to. They come to be part of the development of their own nations. And we see these things merge and emerge in new ways. No organization has ever endeavored to engage governments in technology so rapidly. And as we have stepped up to the next level of delivering new sciences, new technologies, new finance, new dimension into the structure of the work, we come to understand more and more that we can share our knowledge and our what we call intellect, our care for their nations, our care for their well-being as a nation takes shape. As you know, we had a conference in Vienna, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which was the global meeting from the global. And at the same time, as we cannot separate the work of the global from the foundation, members of the Keshe Foundation technologies, which developed by the Keshe Foundation and being shared by global for their development and commercialization, were shown. We had members of diplomatic corps, we had knowledge seekers, we had members of the Universal Council and some support of Universal Council present in the conference in Vienna. It was exactly as we wanted it, and the outcome from it was much more than what we were expecting. We can speak about this as the publication, the press release for Global is done today. It's a public knowledge, so we are able to explain and discuss with you what it is and what will come next. The conference was set up. We wanted a very small number of knowledge seekers, not huge numbers, and a small number of delegations of the diplomats and diplomatic corps, which they could understand, they could interact, and after the leaving of the diplomats, we could enlighten and deepen the knowledge of the knowledge seekers. We spent time getting to know their questions, their needs, and explaining more in detail in 2 days, 3 days, all the protocol pitfalls and everything which was left. In the conference, with the diplomatic course, we achieved exactly what we wanted. Dialogue between the Keshe Foundation and directly with the government in a direct way. And this is our aim of these, what we call conferences. This is that we talk directly to ministers, to the permanent secretaries, and the diplomats take us directly to the heads of the nation's organizations. And we have achieved it with the diplomats present. And we didn't want many diplomats because if you remember, we are seasoned scientists working with diplomats. If you remember, when we start giving the USB key to the governments, we started with one ambassador of one African nation. And we announced that the agreement has been reached and been given. Then the other ambassadors start asking 2 or 3, and we saw it by the election of President Obama. He asked on behalf of his nation to have the key. So we're looking to build a momentum the same way. In next 2 or 3 months, in next 6 months, by the time we finish, we will engage between 50 to 70 nations directly in the work of the foundation, step by step. Why is needed to be step by step? From the Global and Keshe Foundation point of view is that our team have to learn how to handle. Our team has to learn how to engage. Our team has to learn what are the pitfalls from the global point of view and Keshe Foundation point of view to handle the governments. This is what I've done for 15 years with the Keshe Foundation and some 35 years of my private life. But now, members of the board of the globals, which were present, 6 of them, and the 3 members of the board of MARCRE present, the full board of MARCRE was present in the meeting. We could see, but then we could discuss, and we could evolve and develop and mature the global team that how to engage with government, how to engage with what we call diplomats, and how to meet their needs. We allowed diplomats to ask questions in detail, that they could see what is for them, what is in there for their nation. And as we know, in the next conference, we will sign the first MOU with the government, which will be ready by then, maybe up to 3. Then we build it up as we announce, and we build into it. And our teams have to learn to interact. A lot of people are not happy why suddenly Keshe Foundation has gone into commercialization. We are not a religious group. We are here, as we said in this tape as you listened, to bring the knowledge and ethos together. If we just go with the ethos, become another religious group. If we go with the commerce, we become another commercialization, goes nowhere. But now, the knowledge and the commerce, the use of it have been put together. Use of technology with ethics. Use of technology with understanding the need of humanity and when the man goes into space. I thank all those who literally participated and worked so hard to make sure this conference was going perfect, and it did go perfect. We didn't have any clinch. We had a small clinch, and I explained to you later on where the small clinch came, but it was a good clinch. But in these conferences, we are heading in one direction. Global explains to the diplomats, to the governments, what we are, what is the technology, what we are there to change, and with it, we show the technology. Each conference will be shown and given a new revolutionary technology into the hand of public, or to be commercialized by Keshe Foundation structure as global to sell on their part. We are keeping the two structures totally separate. You have to understand, newer innovations by Keshe Foundation will go to China. Global has nothing to do with Chinese operation. So Keshe Foundation operates through, let's say, European or another company to share knowledge both with the Americans, company, global, and the Chinese. And at the same time, Keshe Foundation keeps its independence, that the two nations or two structure, if they falter, we don't get trapped. So what we do, we allow the Keshe Foundation as a scientific organization releases its technologies on its own and gives operational sale and operational what you call at this moment commercialization to both the Chinese side of the Keshe Foundation and both to the American. So we sell, we promote the products on 3 platforms at the same time, all owned by the foundation, but all operating independently for themselves. So what we done in this conference was titled The Health, or the health of people, for what we call betterment of the body of the man. And in this conference we showed for the first time one of the most revolutionary sciences which ever has been shown by the foundation. We showed the creation of perpetual motion, which means the heartbeat. In the system, what we call as a prototype, we showed the heartbeat, how we can create heartbeat without anything at all attached to, and the same as the heartbeat of the earth, the same as the heartbeat of the man. And we have taken this technology to a limit that all the participants in the conference were allowed to sit inside, except those 2 of them which they had a heart implants or other things attached to them, which we can be advised not to be used. But more or less, the last day of the conference till late. They're all waiting for their 15 minutes to sit in and see, and they could explain to you how they feel, how they felt. And the technology is set to interact with with what we call with the soul of the man and the physicality of the man. Many of them, the first test we had, on the first day, they explained, some didn't feel anything, but some felt a lot of emotion and other things. And then on the third day, because the first system was too strong, would not, what they call it, people wanted to see the heartbeat. This is what we explained. For the first one, we showed the heartbeat, and they wanted to see. So we had to dilute the power of the system that they could see the heartbeat. And they watched how different people getting into the system changed the heartbeat. It's like falling in love. And one of the guys managed through sitting in the system, stop the heartbeat. Means he fell in love. The system was matching. And we saw different people as they entered the system, as they sat in, we all observed the vibration of the heart. This is a free, what we call floating entity, never been done before. For the first time, it's a major breakthrough, because on the back of this heartbeat, as it's been part of the teaching, now our scientists start developing technologies. But this heartbeat carries the essence of the creation. It's not just a heartbeat. It's literally live existing system. And in so many ways, knowledge seekers who are here or people who've been present in the conference, we allow them to speak. But why did we show this system? The system was shown because a new technology has emerged out of the Keshe Foundation. A new plasma technology, what we call, you become part of the system. In a space, you become to understand, to work, and in so many ways, to be part of a structure, to be in so many ways, to become what we call, you want to food, you want energy, you want to be able to what we call, to be able to change a condition. You want to extract energies which you have received, which is not usable to you, but it can cause you a problem. Rick, I have sent you a link for a video. When I ask you, you can put this video on, please. The essence of this is that now, for the first time, we show one of the most revolutionary systems in the world of science, but this technology, this system, touches the soul of the man, elevates the soul of the man, elevates the physicality of the man. It can be used for all sorts of conditions. And it was offered, the system is commercialized, it was offered for delivery from 1st of January of next year, and there were doctors present in the meeting that more or less all of them placed an order to purchase or to put somewhere with some other doctors to be able to use the system. So commercially, this technology, this new technology is in the market, is valued. If you can show it, please, Rick, if you can load it up that we can share to understand what it is. It is valued for its knowledge. It is valued for to create the structure of the creation. It is structured the same as the womb of the mother. The essence, the root, the fundamental point of the creation of the man. What this means, if you look, is that by going inside the system, would you like to start an animation, please? By going inside the system, you become like in the womb of the mother, part of the system. And then everything changes. This is not a radiation, this is total plasma technologies on the edge of science. We have seen the working of this in our trials in other countries, in China. The effect of the man in a wheelchair within 3 days to walking without and want to drive. We have seen this with other cases. This has been used extensively for past 20 years, but for the first time is in public. This system has been valued at 150,000 euro, and the Global has already received orders for delivery. We will release this in a massive way. In a space, you don't need to look for food. You enter the system, delivers what you need. This is the science on its edge. This is the science in the truth, the way the world of creation works. This is why we set up structures to commercialize worldwide that which see what we call the accomplishment and the completion of the science of the man. When you enter the system and when you exit the system, you know you have, you know you changed. And as I said, in a space we do not take medicine. In a space we do not take food. In a space we overcome illnesses. The only way we can is in the safety of the womb of the mother. Exactly the same condition. This system creates conditions that the way you were in the womb of the mother and you received all the nourishment that every cell of the man created in balance and in harmony is replication of life. If you look at it on Earth, we are within the womb of the solar system. It's protecting us, is nourishing us. We are another organ in the structure of its existence, the same as the child in the womb of the mother. This technology is complete, and we already know a number of nations which will go for it. We are prepared, we are keyed up to meet international demand. When you go to the hospitals, instead of beds, you will see number of these in each room. You go to a doctor, you don't need to. They program, everything is remotely done, and the system feels what you need, and it transfers and translates your needs. Doesn't matter, whatever it is, whatever could be, trying to bring it to the point of perfection. We call it the Universal Enhancement System. We'll carry a CE certification, and it'll carry CE certification Medical System 1. It is one of the most powerful systems for space technology that we brought man to use. What this means, we have to show we take you to space. How are we going to feed you? It's no use about taking us to space without showing you how we're going to feed you, how we're going to look after your health. And so this has to be shown first. How are you going to be looked after? Had to be shown first, had to be shared first. And it is important that we need to extend our work and our dimension of work is understood, is conveyed in a proper way as a scientific structure, that when we say we go to space, we can support your life, we can support whatever you need. That's one of the first things you need. Guarantee supply of energy, which converts into matter state in your body as you eat matter converted to energy, and then it changes to cell of the heart or the cell of the what you call your toe. Now these systems built up to that point. As I said in the conference, we build this system step by step to the point of its maturity as a spaceship, full spaceship program, to be shown in Tehran on 19, 20, 21st, 22nd of April of next year. So as we go through conferences, we add step by step to it. This system, as you see, has no electric connection. In Mexico, we will show the creation of the power as is and how it can be done. And in so many ways, how we run systems on energy supply of the universe. It means the system is totally independent. We explained in the conference the new understanding. So in the following conference in Mexico, we will show the first time, and days before we travel to Mexico, we'll show to the major corporations around the world, the car manufacturers, a system which does not need any charging. If you have and you buy an electric car now from Americans or the Chinese, they charge you very heavy for your electric charge pays. You pay maybe 50, 100,000 extra. For next 20, 30 years, you can always charge your car free anywhere. That charge is already added to the price. The additional batteries to be able to carry to do 400 or 500 kilometers is weight on the system. With a new technology which will be shown to major car manufacturers prior to us leaving for Mexico, we will deliver, we release a technology that it charges the battery forever. This is what will be shown in Mexico. In Brazil, we will show the collaboration and cooperation of the two, energy and medical application, that it becomes the system you see that is getting delivered to the scientists. One of the problems with most of you running these energy systems or whatever is that you're always dependent and connected to the earth energy supply. So energy of the earth, or what we call electric power, has a say, even if it's a battery. The way the energy is created in these systems is the same as earth creates these massive energies for creation of life. As I said, we are here to change the course, and we have shown for the first time the first part. This system is, if you're a medical doctor, if you're a what we call sports health specialist, this system will change everything that you do with your clients. We'll explain more, but there is a proviso into this system. We sell this system at 150,000, but it's locked, is computerized, it will be totally controlled, that every patient using it, what the fee they pay to the hospital or to the doctor, the foundation and the global will take part of that. We are not selling units anymore. And this is why we literally let those people who sell, what I know, eye patches and small pens, that market, we still support you. We explain very soon how we're going to support you. But now we've gone into larger scale, life-changing situations for the whole of medical, health, energy, and food. What this means, when we create a larger scale size of this in the coming months, in a disaster area, you just put one down, people with all sorts of problems, food, lack of, whatever, infection, can go in, pre-programmed, they walk out. You don't need the doctor present. This is one of the biggest problems. These are literally a small unit, can be hand-delivered, put together, and then be utilized. We are here to change the course, and you see the beauty of what is on the screen. It's so powerful if you understand. Do you need to go to the corner shop when you have no money and your child suffers hunger? You have no money to pay for medicine. One of the charities, with the presence of a doctor, put these anywhere, medicine free. At the same time, those who do can have it and they pay for it. But in all cases, foundation supports, and foundation sharing is technology between the two arms of global and Chinese operation, and the Keshe Foundation itself will look after the growth of this technology. You don't need anything else when you have everything under one roof. This is the spin-off of the Keshe Foundation Development Technology. Let me tell you something very simple. This technology has been with me since age of 12. Now you can see how patient I am. This is the time to do, and this is the time in the coming future, part of the spaceship technology. It'll be shown in Iran with its full glory. We have invited the American government to join us in our structure in Arizona to develop the space program of spaceship program in conjunction with the Iranian scientists and the Americans in the what we call a structure to be developed in the coming months in Arizona. This unit we will have to control. We already have a Chinese agreement on the other side of it. We have to control how many we can produce and how we can actually meet the demand. You got to realize if you have a specific condition and the specialist charge you 100,000 or 20,000 euro, doctors with 7 or 8 patients recuperate this investment. But the knowledge with a spread where you can go in and come out and recuperate is different than taking something and having all the side effects and everything else. We are here not to change the world of pharmacy. We are here to bring the space technology into its advanced level. And if you look at it, inside, it's like the womb of the mother. You receive and you take everything you need. We will expand on it, and it will be keyed up in a way that cannot be abused. It'll be keyed up and it's programmed in a way that is targeted. You have one condition, you go in, and the system is set up for another condition, somebody else goes in. So it's versatile. We see the results, we see the effect, and we build up on the effect. And as I said, if you're a doctor, if you're a health specialist, this is a body enhancement technology. As I said, we already have taken orders, deposits are taken to be done on the order. You sign a contract with the global or with the foundation or with the Chinese partners that you comply with our condition, and we start delivering out of CE certification, out of Austrian organization. As you understand, this technology has entered a new phase, and we were waiting for what we call the global structure to be set up. Now we have achieved it. Keshe Foundation structure is fully set up. The Chinese structure is fully set up, and all three are headed by three beautiful women. In global, we have the CEO as Jamila, well-experienced businesswoman in the international arena. In the Chinese side, we have Wang Lin, highly educated management team, educated in Germany as a manager, and in a way, she has been running the whole of the Keshe Foundation in China. And we have seen huge successes which are coming out of China. They'll be announced in due course in agriculture, in health, in what we call animal husbandry. And we built that into a space. We are hoping that next week, the first 1 million square meter of land, which is used the Keshe Foundation technology, to come to harvest. They are harvesting on the 8th. So we'll see what is the increase in the harvest of 1 million square meter on the supervision of the officials, and how much the quality has changed. We are on our 5th trial of, or 6th trial of what we call pig disease, swan, African swan. We had a good success, and we've been called back to extend now to the other farms, and Chinese people, what we call organizations, asking to be the agents, that because they can spread it right across and bring national food security into the government of China. The trials are very successful, and we have again seen in this new trial how what we call Chinese, what we call African swan, has changed and mutated to a infection, what we call blue ear disease. So the first trial, if you read it in the plasma time, was correct. That we confirmed for the first time, we know how to change the viruses to microbes, and then through our technology we can reverse it and becoming total immune. This has happened again, so we have the full confirmation that the new technology of the Keshe Foundation deducts, reduces, and eliminates viruses, and in some cases from a what we call double strand to a single strand, which is a microbe attached to the protein, to the amino acid, and then very easily converts it. So in China, we expect huge results. We already have medical results coming in, and we develop with this technology to go further. We will show, as I said, the new rechargeable batteries for indefinite time in the conference in Mexico. The beauty with this technology is that from now on, if you understand it, you don't need any cables to charge your battery. You don't need any looking where I'm going to charge my phone, because from the point the phone is produced, for example, in Hawaii, till the day you get fed up with it and you throw it away, it charges itself. You never run out of battery. You never run out of energy, be it in the depth of the ocean, be it in depth of the space, be it in the mind or be it wherever. And at the same time, this new technology, because and due to its performance, absorbs most of the harmful fields which have to now have been told could be the cause of the creation of all sorts of diseases in the brain and the rest of it. We have, and we will collaborate with what we call negotiating with Huawei to transfer this technology to them. So in the coming months, you will hear more and more under the banner of the development of technology by Keshe Foundation as the mother owner of the science and technology, and the two arms of the Keshe Foundation outside China through global, and inside China through the Keshe Foundation operation, which we have set up. So, as I said, we are not bothered with who sells 1 pen extra or 1 masks, but we are concerned in now we have entered the big game. The big game of space. We are not here to touch pharmaceuticals. We are not here to destroy the oil industry. We are here to show a new technology which takes us to be able to live in the spans of the universe. This unit is so beautiful. When you sit in front of the panel like this, when you sit inside it, you understand the feeling of it. When you sit on that chair, in front of that system, you will feel the difference. People who did over this weekend, present in the conference, we gave them the opportunity to sit in a simple version of it. And we gave them time to be on their own. And each one explains different feeling, different emotion, different pain, how things happen, but that's to them. This is how we evolve our own lives, and we change it in the space. So I congratulate the team of the Global and the Keshe Foundation team and the Chinese team. Together now we have amalgamated the 3 arms of the Keshe Foundation together. And this unit is today on offer on the Keshe Foundation. All of you who have distributors' rights or agencies you have taken, instead of earning $5 here and $2 there, if you look at your agency fees, it's around about €4,500 per unit. You have to understand it, doctors have to understand it, and it's not something the unit you sell. Once you sell the unit, you become and you earn part of what the patient pays too. We are here to bring the whole Keshe Foundation family to a wealthy, knowledgeable organization. If you've been selling a few pens here, a few pads there, 2 organizations will be blacklisted from the operation, which is coming in January. We do not announce, but they soon understand. We will not be able to participate. But from January, if you make a paint pen at home in a village in Mexico, or you make a blanket somewhere in Bangladesh which uses our technology, and you can show it, this uses our technology, and if it needs to be certified, we try to help you. A lot of things don't need certifying. We bring you in what we call GANS plasma network of what we call internet e-commerce. Every single man who uses and develops with these kind of things, a pen, a decoration with the GANs, something for whatever that you see it, we are not there to charge, and it's certified and it's clean and we can be done, we give you a platform. You might have a website, you get 20, 50, 100 people pass you. The website is set to carry 1 million plus a day. This is an already existing organization which Keshe Foundation has merged into as partners, and we bring you in. We want to make you wealthy. We want to, with you being wealthy, that you can present the technology the correct way. We expand that everybody benefits by it. There is an advantage for us to strengthen you, to allow you to do. Because as you build up your clientele and your business, when we open our factories in your country or near you, you become the agents of the foundation. Then you have more material to do. We are making a structure that this technology brings peace to those who work around it. We see a lot of people putting a lot of abusive things, or they try, they are very clever, they can do this and that. We don't do that. We support all of those of you who produce products, and you have set up organizations and companies to do. We support you. But instead of being obscured, somebody will find you. All the plasma technology comes under one banner. We are spending huge amounts of money on service, expertise, technicians to provide this. Does not matter if you produce it in China or in a small village in Mexico. We give you the same platform, you get the same traffic. You get the opportunity to change your lives. You get the opportunity to be, and as I said, as the ethos of the Keshe Foundation, we are here to serve. And we are here to serve you in a way that it changes your life. Unless you make a mistake that you go wrong, we support you to do. If you use our technology, don't hide it. Be part of it, and we support you. Keshe Foundation now has reached this point that can independently operate across the nations and can independently support its knowledge seekers. We don't become a syndicate. We become people who serve their nations, to serve the citizens, to serve the country, and we are one country, one nation, one planet. So what is in front of you? Most probably in the next 1 or 2 years, you will see in every hospital across the world. What pharmaceuticals and health people cannot answer, we work with the pharmaceuticals that can be done through these systems. In the space, I cannot take pharmaceutical with me. I can place this one on the moon, open a hospital there, and everybody goes there. Pharmaceuticals have no power. FDA has no power on the moon or 100 kilometers above, and it costs not much to take, as you will understand when we arrive in Tehran. So I told you, from the time we go into mark ray, we bring the ray of light. We mark our ray with what we deliver. These are beautiful structures. These are what we as human race have been wishing for. And it can be at any point delivered and be used. We support continuously the doctors and the specialists who use this. It's not that we sell and we go. We are there and we support every case, patient by patient, as is needed. As we've done in China. We sit on a daily basis with doctors, with the specialists, and we watch every case. What is the next move? What has got to be done? And we set up a team in this position. These systems are highly and will be highly what we call controlled, computerized, that you can leave it anywhere, even in very much as was said, like a health center and patients, the doctors give the prescription and you can go into the system what it needs to be done and can be tailor-made. The system is unknown. This technology is not known. There is no one on this planet who understands the work of this technology. Even if you open it up, you cannot copy it. I've done that deliberately till we get the whole structure understood, the working of it for a space development. It is elegant in so many ways, is what we say. Did the egg come first or the chicken? This is the womb, the beginning of life, and very much like an egg. I wonder who's the chicken and what chicken comes out of it and what chicken goes in it, with what they come out of it. Do we find peace? Do we find tranquility? Do we find the essence of creation? And then our soul chooses the direction and the dimension of its existence and manifestation. You will be able to sit in the first system of these. We promote all the doctors who purchase these units, their position. The first one goes to near New Zealand. The second one will stay in Germany, as far as we know, the people who are doing it, and one will go to United Kingdom. These are the people who have shown interest and placed orders for the first unit. We'll give the address. We support the doctors who buy these units, that in a way as they flourish, the foundation receives finances to be able to research more. So as I said, we have taken orders in the conference, and but as these are the sales orders through the global operation, you can link and go to the doctors with whatever you have as doctor sees fit. You can fit into the system, application of it. These are CE certified, so you can benefit by it. And we release more and more stations as they become available, and we have already have a large orders back up into Chinese operation that we can transfer to our systems. In the same process, the beauty of the technology is it's here, it's now, and it can be used by men of science, by physicians, by sports people, by those who have always had problems with psychological or other problems, or you had a problem somewhere. And we'll clear a list, a number of doctors around the world who, you, as they buy, you can go to. You don't need to travel across the world. Now, the other systems, we know where it could be. I have orders for about 20. Once it confirms and locks in into our order, we release the name of the doctors, the name of physicians, the name of the hospitals which are equipped with this system. We anticipate to produce large numbers every week, and it will be done through delivery, the Austrian operation of the Keshe Foundation. The change has come, and you've never seen this. Now it is here, and as it brings peace and change, we start getting ready for our final destiny, being able to travel the space of the universe with the systems in whichever you decide to choose to have. If you are interested to purchase or go on the Keshe Foundation website, it'll be up sometime today, or the global website. Either comes to the same house, and what we call global is totally operational under its own. Chinese, if you're Chinese doctors, it'll be the same. And if you are in what you call connected to the Keshe Foundation, you go through the Keshe Foundation portal. We'll be releasing all the dimensions and everything else will be released maybe before end of this teaching. And this brings a new horizon. You got to understand, hopefully by the meeting in Mexico, we add another part to this package, which is the energy systems. Rechargeable energy systems for automotive and anything you have, laptop, mobiles. You don't need to change your system. You just can buy additional unit, or you can wait till Huawei, for example, releases the new handset free or energy free sets. So we make it possible on both sides. And this will be done. We go to the next generation of deliveries, and what we have, what we share, as I said, are new technologies. Freedom from food, freedom from medicine, freedom from energy for a space. But you can test it before, and you can trust it before you go to space. In Morocco, we'll show a new invention, totally new dimension. In Malta, there will be another evolutionary science, delivery of technology. All these needed to be done. In different conferences, we show how to produce materials. In different conferences, we show how to produce what we call food in the visual sense of the man. You want to see a chicken meat, it'll be a chicken meat. Taste, texture, even understanding and visualization. There is a lot to come. As I said, I spent 2 years in China to bring the Chinese to the same level as the rest. We have opened the American side. We do not need to be in the hand of any organization. The way we broke what we call the patent, we open our patent. There is no need for anybody to patent anything. The same as we open our journals, that we release technology without peer review. The release of this technology through the American side is the same. We are in the hand of the people, what is done. And as we go along and we release more and more technologies, we release who are the providers of it. Major car manufacturers will change their energy supply, what we call fuel supply engine, in the next 3 to 5 years very rapidly. Do you want to tank every day, or do you want to buy a car which never needs tanking? And you can drive, clean environment, no waste, no damage to the what we call atmosphere. I think very soon when you and I pass fuel stations, says, oh, do you remember we used to use fuel? Oh, you will remember 20th of October 2019, when the technology was given in the hand of the automotive industry. Then we go to the next step. And as the participants in the conference were present, the Keshe Foundation research people confirmed they already have the system, they're testing it. It's not something we're going to promise. We already have it. It's been tested, and now it's going to be commercialized, but step by step. change in the world of food security, health with this technology, energy with the next one, conformation of the not dependent on the energy on this planet, and then we go to the next one and the next one. I thank the Keshe Foundation team, I thank the global management team, board of directors who were there, and the Keshe Foundation China in making this collaboration so smooth. We don't have to have any problems with anyone. And as I said, the first 3 units has come to the global operation will be what we call go through the global operation books. And if you are agents or you are what they call selling goods for the Keshe Foundation, as a distributors, you can offer these to the doctors and the rest, and as it's sold, you have a different lifestyle and you understand what it means. And every doctor who was present or medical people in the conference, they were pleasantly surprised because they could sit in the system first themselves. They could understand the simple version of it. But with this, it's a total balance, like the womb of the mother. It's a beautiful system. When you sit in it, you understand it. And when you walk out of it, and you have changed your lifestyle by going in, then you understand it. I hope that the Keshe Foundation management team will release this sometime today, and it comes with this a lot of beauties of the coming up time. No taking of medication, no side effect of medication. Walking in and walking out, knowing that it adjusts to your not physical need, but the emotional and the soul. It will be very strange and interesting how we all feel when we come out of this system. We have seen people who had no emotion for the first time showing emotion when they use the system. The base of this system, where we saw a daughter in her 30s for the first time hugs and cuddles the father, and the father shows emotion. When she comes out, she says, "This is the first time in my life my father ever helped me." And the same with the wife. We can show you many pictures and videos that you can see. This touches the soul of the man, touches the emotion of the man. And in so many ways, what we hide not to show, and with it brings so many pains and what we call problems of physicality, it allows us to walk away with it. It allows us to see it and change it. And in so many ways, it shows us what is nice to be human, to love and to nurture. It's been a long road to get to this, and now we deliver. We deliver, as we said, once the global operation is set up, we will release unseen technologies. And technologies will change the course of humanity. And this is the beginning of it. In a way, we can't take you back to the womb of your mother to correct things the way you were born, but we can create the womb of the mother's condition, comfort, and energies within these systems that you really go home to the beginning, to the start, and in so many ways, a fresh life, a fresh beginning, maybe with a new understanding, with new mentality, even with new configuration in the body of the man to work. In so many ways, it's the beginning of a bright time for humanity. And I said, when I start, and bring the knowledge of universe. Now you see the universal systems. Copy how universe creates life, be it in the womb of the mother, be it in the womb of the solar system as Earth, and the rest of it. Thank you very much, and I hope those of you who understand the gravity of this new release understand we are here to change the game in a very big way. And we have seen it, and this is the beginning of it. I'm sure it will be evolving into new dimensions, and through the same systems, if you understand it, in the coming time, we can produce materials. You create the soul of the matter in a closed environment like Earth, and when you open it, what you need will be there. This is what we promised. This technology will be shown in Malta, or most probably as part of our what we call East Asia conferences. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Keshe. That's a very, very beautiful structure. As Doug says, it's the most beautiful egg ever created by mankind.
It's the egg which cracks itself. You don't need to crack it. I think you got excited, fell off the chair. Are there any questions?
Is the chicken the part that flies that attaches to this?
We don't know yet. We got to see how the chicken comes out, with feather or without the feather. Or do they cut the wings of the chicken, as some of us might understand? Are there any questions?
Okay, I'll remind the attendees that you can put, there's one hand up there now from Jiman. Go ahead.
Hello there.
Who's speaking, please?
Hi there. My name is Jimon. I'm Jimon Islami. I'm Persian Canadian, and I live in Eastern Europe now, in Lithuania. I was wondering if there will be any, if there is an interest to sell the products. Would be any training maybe in regard to the products?
Yes, we will train the doctors and the people who use it. We done that in China. We spent one day. It doesn't need much because the backup comes during the process of using it. We done that in China, and we train the doctors and the specialists and the nurses how to handle the patients, because a lot of them haven't seen when you have a guy coming to you with a wheelchair and the next day he walks in on his own. It gives a lot of shock to doctors. They've never seen this before. We can produce videos and pictures of people who walk in wheelchairs with the sticks. They cannot walk, and days later they walk on their own, or even they want to drive a car, or they feed themselves, and every case is different. It needs training, it's a new understanding, it's the process of conversion of the knowledge. It's addition to the present knowledge. It's nothing, something that we brought something new you have to learn. It's just putting things in order the way the creation is. And the doctors just follow it very quickly.
Yes. the question I had was, I have an interest in selling, and I have sold to the doctors that I had to visit doctors at their offices and sell the product to them. And I was wondering if there would be catalog with certain sort with a training on the sales, basically, so I can
Yes,
visit.
yes. There is, everything will be available at the point of sale, and before that, next couple of weeks, we release a brochure, and on the material, the size of it, the questions asked, the link is provided that you can ask, the doctors can ask, and the whole backup will be set up that we can train what we call doctors for this purpose. In China now we have one base, and the doctors from the new hospital come to this base, get trained with the present patients, and then they go back with a new system to the hospital. Somebody's microphone is making a lot of noise.
It's my microphone. Thank you. I will turn it off.
Yeah, thank you very much. So yes, everything is available. If you are somebody who sells medical equipment, you're quite welcome. Just go into sign as a, what we call distributors, and this is a fixed structure. It's and it gets delivered and assembled and goes to use within a day. But the beauty of it is we can change the condition, the system working per illness. You need something like half an hour a day, twice a day, half an hour a day, 3 times a day in the system. And the system changes after 24 hours, the first structure change starts.
Does the system have a name yet?
Yes, we have called it. It has a name, of course.
Can you tell us that?
Does Keshe Foundation do anything without a name?
It's usually some cool name, so I'm wondering what it might be, but you might not want to release that yet.
It's called, there are 2 versions of it. One is called Universal Gas Enhancement Plus Spaceship Unit, or we call it Universal Enhancement Spaceship Unit. And then there is another unit which has a different application. It's called Universal Enhancement System. There are a slight difference between the 2 with the spaceship and the system. The system can be used for production of materials as a different parameters, but that is not for sale yet till we go to work.
Okay, thank you.
If you want, we can show you the next system, but where the chair is not the chair anymore. I'll send it to you. You can display it if you want.
Okay.
Just let me see how I can do it for you. That let me. I have to get you on your Telegram. This system doesn't have a chair, but in a way we put to collect material. Just let me know if you receive it. It should be on its way to you. It's very much the same. We create the environment of the planet, and then it's on your secure line, Rick.
Yes, I see it there now. Just get it set up.
Yeah, this system is for production of materials, and we change the chair. We can use it for medical application, but primarily is even for a feeding station. No health application, but you can sit in it and absorb If you want a banana or if you want something else, when you sit in it, it delivers material state energy. It's a different structure, but more or less the same.
Okay, you should be able to see it there now.
You can do an animation of it, yeah. These are the two systems. It's beautifully done, and it will be delivered in time for different application as we open the market for it. And it is very interesting how the doctors will go and how they apply it, how the injuries like sport injuries can recover in a very short time.
I was wondering if you considered a design with a lie down, you know, like
the bed version, yes, it's considered, and it depends on what the doctors want to add to it.
I'm thinking some people may not be mobile enough to sit up. They may be paralyzed or something like that. Or
it's already considered.
And what about the idea of the alignment of the various centers of the body, and when we're lying down, then the soul's more accessible, you could say?
You mean the energy point, the chakras?
Yeah, well, you mentioned one time about when we're standing up, then in a way, we're not able to, we're blocked because of all the between the earth and the sky, because of all those chakras are in the way. But when we're lying down, then the soul has more of a direct access, you might say. It's
you see it just the way we look at it. With the flat version, we can access the organs, and then you go back to the vertical position, the seat position, because then everything has to adjust with what is changed in that organ. When we go flat or when we go sit up, the field energy changes. When we correct, let's say, kidneys or livers or anything else, then we go back into the vertical to get, this is where we spend most of our time. So the new energy balance has to be created. You always end up from the flat into the vertical position or the seating position.
okay. Mirna's had her hand up here, and I think Dimitri did too, but I'm not sure if he took it back down again, or I don't see it now. So, Mirna, do you want to go ahead? You'll have to unmute your microphone. Dimitri has his hand up, so go ahead, Dimitri.
Hello, can you hear me okay, Rick? And everybody?
It's a little muffled, but go ahead.
Okay. These systems, are they do they work with any entity that has hemoglobin blood?
Pardon?
Well, okay, I'm not medically trained and I haven't done the research, but there are other entities, other entities on blue planet Earth that have hemoglobin blood?
Why? You think they're any different than you?
No, that's my whole point. I consider everything my equal. So my question is,
if you manifest yourself in the dimension of this planet, you carry all the facets of this planet. Any other question?
Marinus, can you open your mic, or is it not working there? And Dan has his hand up, so Dan, I'll allow you to speak as well. If you want to go ahead. And Jalal after that. Go ahead, Dan.
Thank you very much, Rick. I'm sorry. I want to ask, I have one page in Facebook for all the knowledge seekers. Is needed integrally, in totality, putting only what is in the KF, in knowledge workshop, or because I put in this link, also the other Zoom when is the other knowledge seeker speaking and sharing the what is made, what is in understanding from this technology. Because
I don't understand what you're talking about.
When you say Aviram, don't use in teaching, in lesson, in teaching, not use the other, only the logo and the platform of KF.
Yeah, I understand. You're talking about yesterday with a French teaching. That is on the private teaching platform of the Keshe Foundation.
Is not public teaching of KF SSI French?
You can do, if you do public, anywhere you use the name of the Keshe Foundation, we don't want other things to be put to it. But if you use in your website the technology of Keshe Foundation, you can put it there. This is technology from Keshe Foundation, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
What we said was because some of the teachers start using the platform of private teaching or the public teaching, promoting their own website and their own products is wrong. And that's why we were told that. We had that with the Germans. Germans apparently, since last week, have run into a problem where we explained people are abusing the technology or the name of the foundation. They started with very few and they changed back again and also wanted to abuse the technology, and they thought they control the very few handful of people. They thought with their feebleness is their problem. Foundation has to be correct for everybody the same. And some people think just because they've been there or they can do something because they are very special, they're special in their own way. But when it comes to the work of the foundation, we work as equal everywhere. So we don't want you. We realize some people want, they become teachers to promote their websites and their products. It cannot be. People come public teaching and they use public teaching as the way of promoting themselves or the materials. As long as you do in a correct way, we are there to support you. But you cannot misuse the foundation and its resources and its connections. We've seen many people who have no clue about something. They refer, Mr. Keshe said, so I know what I'm talking. Mr. Keshe knows what he's talking about, to what depth. You can't use it to get something done for yourself. There are a couple of websites we are watching very closely who are abusing and misusing and misrepresenting my name and my technology. We know how to handle that, and they have caused a lot of problem. We know how to handle that in the due course. False, what do you call it, information on the platform of themselves. That's their problem. It's not our problem. But when it comes to the foundation, we want it to be correct. It's becoming a teacher or what you call promoter of the Keshe Foundation does not mean you use us, the logo, to sell your products and forget about everything else. I know what you're talking about. We addressed it in the French, and last week we addressed it with the Germans, where somebody took a machine and now everything else. Everything is wrong with the Keshe Foundation because they cannot abuse it. When we stop the abuse, there is something wrong with us. We see it with the red circle. The abuse, and now it comes to them, everything is wrong with us because they use the website with Alan and Sterling. Now they lost a big income, so they have damaging. And we saw, as I said, in the very recent talks, when we had no problem till we stopped Alan, and then we saw Hope, we saw Susan, we saw everybody else suddenly came. These are the beneficiaries of what we call free energy. We don't allow this to happen. We become wise, and in that process, we bring other things into the process that we are protected, and people who are around us are protected.
Thank you, Mr. Keshe, because I needed this clarification because in Facebook group of KF, no KF, yes, plasma groups, it's talking, sharing, and other things.
No problem. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you very much for clarification, because it's about only the public platform putting to service of knowledge seeker or teaching, and not use only. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. These are part of the teething problem which will come. Some people get it sorted. We saw it with the teacher last night in the French workshops. They immediately understand the problem. We want you to make a living. We want you to encourage to spread the knowledge, but understand we don't want to give a what do you call it, advantage to one or the other, or it says, oh, you want to get the customers, come become a teacher. And we've seen some people calling themselves professors at KF SSI, and they produce documents for it. I'm not a professor. I don't know how you became a professor. And they come in, we would like to teach. And then when you teach immediately, they're not there to teach. They're there to give themselves a certificate that they're professors of the foundation. Any other question? You will, let me explain, as I said before, if you make any products with any
Okej, to by było tyle na dzisiaj. Jeśli ktoś ma jakieś pytania albo komentarze, to zapraszam do podzielenia się. Okej, ja tylko ze swojej strony dodam takie dwie ciekawe obserwacje, czyli to, co było tutaj powiedziane o takiej jakby platformie, która będzie Amazonem dla poszukiwaczy wiedzy. Amazon, eBay, w Polsce też Allegro funkcjonuje, czyli systemy, gdzie strona, na której poszukiwacze wiedzy będą mogli sprzedawać swoje produkty, nie będą mogli je kupować. Więc tu widzimy te działania w kierunku tego, żeby nie tylko fundacja sprzedawała te systemy, ale żeby poszukiwacze wiedzy mieli też swój udział w tym, jeśli tego chcą, czy to poprzez produkowanie własnych systemów, czy poprzez stawanie się reprezentantami do sprzedaży chociażby tych jednostek kosmicznych, które były prezentowane na konferencji w Austrii. Tam jest model, przy którym ci, co reprezentują w tym wydziale właśnie sprzedaży, dostają swoją część dochodu z każdej sprzedanej jednostki, a także z każdego pacjenta, który później będzie z niej korzystał. Więc myślę, że jedno z takich pytań albo komentarzy, jakie już się pojawiało, było odnośnie ceny, że jest horrendalnie droga. Z drugiej strony myślę, można spojrzeć na to, ile kosztuje wyspecjalizowany sprzęt medyczny, ceny idą w milionach, a tu chyba, tak przynajmniej mi się wydaje, chodzi też o to, żeby te systemy były traktowane poważnie, żeby były też do użytku poszukiwaczy wiedzy. To nie znaczy, że każdego ma być stać na taką jednostkę, ale lekarza, terapeuty, kogoś, kto chce zapewniać tego rodzaju usługi oczywiście przy wielu pacjentach, którzy będą z tego korzystać, i chociażby też porównując do tego, ile kosztuje sesja chemioterapii przy jednym pacjencie, setki tysięcy złotych czy jakiejkolwiek innej waluty, to myślę, że jest to model, który ma rację zastosowania przy tym, że każdy po drodze gdzieś może z tego się utrzymywać, z promowania i stosowania technologii. No i też w pewien sposób prowadzenie tego na taką skalę też komercyjną, już szpitalną, profesjonalną, można powiedzieć, jak tutaj było omawiane, że lekarze obecni na konferencji kupują te systemy, spowoduje to, że dostępność tej technologii będzie coraz szersza, a co za tym idzie oczywiście ilość przeprowadzonych badań, skuteczność będzie mogła być w pewien sposób policzona, zbadana, oszacowana i to przede wszystkim myślę będzie głównie z korzyścią dla każdego, dla tych, którzy nie poznali jeszcze tej technologii i dla tych, którzy poprzez właśnie sesje terapeutyczne w tego rodzaju urządzeniach będą w stanie pozbyć się schorzeń, które ich trapią. Także z mojej strony to wszystko. Jeśli ktoś ma ochotę coś dodać albo zapytać, to zapraszam. Jeśli nie, to będę powoli dziękował i puszczał filmik na zakończenie.
Nadszedł czas zmiany, przejścia do prawdziwego działania wszechświata. I nadszedł czas, aby zrozumieć, że używamy stanu materii, by osiągnąć poziom zrozumienia duszy człowieka. Teraz rozumiesz, być może, dlaczego Kreator wysłał swoich posłańców w imię tego, co miałeś. To oni przynoszą uszy, aby można było ich użyć, gdy nadejdzie czas Mesjasza. Mogę nauczyć duszę i przesłanie. Nie by się przeciwstawiać, ale poprzez ich zrozumienie, przez tych, którzy stali się Mesjaszami, aby dawać ze swoich dusz, aby ich elewować. Zadanie stało się łatwe. Szkoła jest tutaj i uczniowie są tutaj w oddaniu. Wtedy nie będzie żadnej walki między tym, co nazywają muzułmanami, a chrześcijanami. Baranek i lew będą jeść i spać w tym samym gnieździe. Chrześcijanie i muzułmanie będą spać i modlić się w meczecie, w tym samym kościele, w imię ich dusz, nie w imię religii. które są używane do tworzenia tak wielu konfliktów dla korzyści tych, którzy byli hiperaktywnymi dziećmi. Nadszedł czas, czas zmian jest tutaj. I jak powiedziałem, moje życzenie jest moim rozkazem. Jeśli pragniesz ujrzeć pokój, droga pokoju jest wyłożona bardzo wyraźnie. To dusza świadomości zbiorowej. Poprzez dawanie stworzy tą pozycję zmiany. Nic innego. W duszy człowieka nie ma długopisu. Jestem pewien, że po wejściu do społeczności uniwersalnej nigdy nie zobaczysz niczego zapisanego, ale równowagę pól duszy egzystencji. Staraj się być na tyle pokornym, aby nie stać się aroganckim w mocy, którą zrozumiałeś i posiadłeś. Inaczej wpadniesz w tą samą ścieżkę kościoła i meczetu. To jest to, co obiecaliśmy i to właśnie dostarczyliśmy. Musimy zrozumieć działanie duszy i musimy zrozumieć, że dusza człowieka jest gwiazdą w kosmosie wszechświata. Jeśli porównamy duszę człowieka i tak wielu nas, 7 miliardów w jednym zbiorze, Ziemia jest jak galaktyka z tak wieloma gwiazdami. Kiedy patrzymy w głąb wszechświata, widzimy galaktyki z setkami milionów gwiazd. Podobnie jest z planetą Ziemią. Niesie 7 miliardów pięknych gwiazd, które są duszą człowieka. Niesie z sobą duszę tak wielu trylionów zwierząt, roślin i wszystkiego innego. Jeśli więc patrzą ci, którzy nie widzą fizyczności Ziemi i jej zawartości, co widzą? Widzą galaktykę z wielką ilością pięknych, świecących świateł. Każda według swojej siły. Każda zgodnie ze swoją pozycją. Niemowlę ma piękną duszę, podobnie jak staruszek. Dla tych niefizycznych, którzy nie widzą fizycznego wymiaru tej planety, ale widzą siłę pola, jesteśmy gromadami gwiazd. Ludzka rasa, każda pojedyncza dusza, nikt z daleka nie widzi. To jest dusza rybaka, to jest dusza kosmologa, to jest dusza prezydenta. Wszystkie świecą bez względu na fizyczność. To jest magia. Oto, co nowa nauka musi przynieść człowiekowi. Kiedy patrzymy przez naszą duszę, widzimy tylko gwiazdy w innych duszach. I to jest przełom, to jest zrozumienie. Na tym właśnie polegają te wszystkie nauki. Dojście do dojrzałości następnego poziomu, aby zrozumieć daleki kosmos. Wszechświat jest ostrygą dla tych dusz, które służą. Wtedy człowiek jest gotowy do wejścia w kosmos. Wtedy człowiek jest gotowy, aby stać się częścią uniwersalnej społeczności, która została obiecana. Nigdy nie obiecywałem wam nieba. Zawsze obiecywałem wam elewację człowieka, aby przyłączył się do rodziny. A teraz macie klucz. To wy musicie otworzyć drzwi, aby zrozumieć, że mogę elewować duszę tych ludzi lub milionów innych dusz. Że fizyczne życie na tej planecie zmieni się. Wtedy jestem godny bycia częścią społeczności uniwersalnej. By być, aby służyć, aby się rozwijać, by być tam, aby być częścią, że w cyklu życia wszechświata Staje się w byciu częścią, staje się częścią totalności. Kiedy człowiek osiągnie ten punkt, pojawi się nowy wymiar w sile duszy człowieka, który jest poza wyobrażeniem zrozumienia życia fizycznego. To jest brama do otwarcia nowego życia w nowym wymiarze, co jest poza wyobrażeniem tego, co mogliście nazwać nowym początkiem, nowym cyklem, gdzie ten cykl niesie ze sobą źródło stworzenia życia we wszechświecie i unikosie. To jest elewacja duszy, aby służyć. Stała się kluczem. Nie tron życia fizycznego. Czas jest odpowiedni, nadszedł czas, aby człowiek przeszedł przez ten proces.